Howdy, I'm doing good. So this draft so far is pretty interesting. High self-esteem more or less bans out bad mids against Brew, their first pickup, the Razor and Viper. But then again, right after that, they go with the Invoker, so I'd say that it's probably an offlane.
Seconds to go. 5 seconds. Reserve time.
I mean, depending on what this Wraith King is, though, Born to Feed may not need of number 1 farm right now. If this is a support Wraith King, absolutely, but if safe farm, then I don't know if a Terrorblade really fits in either of these teams.
Basically the same way as Mirana Shadow Demon does, to an extent. It's roughly the same idea. You can run in with the Bane, get a Nightmare off, have the Wraith King run to melee range, get the stun, and lots of auto attacks off early and stuff like that. So it can work the same way.
And Brain Sap's a very strong nuke, so I get that. I almost thought it might have been a bit of a block pick, but it seems now that High Self-Esteem is banned out from Mirana.
Yeah, they don't want to have to deal with their own medicine, which is fair. They did run it very well.
Absolutely, and Bane being a little bit easier partner for Mirana to hit her arrows, a little bit less timing needed.
Yeah, all you have to do is just run into line of sight and throw it. After the 1 second, it doesn't matter, and you have up to 5 seconds at level 1, or sorry, 4 seconds to get it landed.
Now, what do you think this Invoker's going to go? Do you think he'll go push strat Exort, or do you think he'll go for the mana burn of
Oh, he's going to go
Quas?
He's going to go Quas Wax. Up against the Wraith King, you want EMPs all day. That's all you want to do.
That does make a lot of sense, yep.
And so I think with that, going into knowing that it'll Born to Feed, assuming it's going to be a Quas Wax Invoker, is probably going to pick some less mana dependent heroes. I can see, or really good initiation, something that can jump on the Invoker. And now, not to say the Wraith King can't, but just saying that it's something they'll have to look at. Look at picking up, because if Invoker can see you coming, he's going to get a really solid, tornado off and just walk away. The Doom pick, though, coming out from Born to Feed, I wonder where they'll run this, if this will be a safe lane Doom, off lane, mid, or jungle, because I've seen it run in all of the positions. You just go Devour, sit back, run forward, get Devour to creep, run away kind of thing. And while it's not effective, it doesn't matter. You'll get your experience and just build. And I've seen them just slowly build into a Midas. And as soon as they get the Midas, they go into the jungle for a couple minutes, and they're completely caught back up in farm. Devour, in combination with Midas, is just so strong when it comes to catch-up ability as far as the farm goes.
Absolutely, and both the Brew and the Invoker are fantastic.
Yeah, and neither of them wants to build Lincolns at all. They both are not Lincoln's heroes. Lion pick, another hero that I'm a fan of. Something I've been playing a little bit of lately, and I think it's a really nice pick, especially again looking at more mana drain for the Wraith King. You stun him, slow him, and just have that Lion just start sucking away, and it doesn't matter if he's got it up. He doesn't have mana to cast it. Oh, I mean,
just... Lion's going to be locked down and blowjobs all day long.
And I really like this from Born to Feed. They just switched it. They just confirmed that it is a support Wraith King. So High Self-Esteem has spent 2 picks. Now, I'm not saying that the Lion and the Invoker aren't good at anything else, because they are very good at a lot of other things. But they seemed like picks that were meant to really mess with the Wraith King's mana pool. But then Born to Feed picks up a Lifestealer, which literally doesn't care about anything the Lion will do as soon as he hits Rage. And same with the Invoker. Lifestealer is just going to walk right through it. And Doom is probably will build a very fast BKB, especially if they're giving him farm priority in the safe lane. Or no,
10 seconds
safe
to
lane
go.
Doom, maybe solo safe lane Doom, tri-lane Lifestealer.
5 seconds.
I'm I'm not sure what they'll do with that, if they want to go with the tri-lane or something like that. Or maybe run
Reserve
Lifestealer and a jungler. But we'll have to see with their next
Yeah,
pick.
they need some more ranged heroes on this team for their mid hero. I would really like to see them pull a ranged hero. Right now, they're just getting kited, is what I see.
I'm thinking Born to Feed might pick up a Bat Rider or a Storm Spirit. Both mostly just as vessels for the Lifestealer. Um, Both of them are very good, and you can run them both mid, and while they're not a lot of range damage, they're a lot of ranged initiation per se. Storm Spirit's attack range is just quite short, which is why I say it's not range damage per se, but the Abaddon pick
Yeah.
from High Self-Esteem I think is really good here. The Aphotic Shield can block a lot of the damage coming out from Doom, as well as just having that miscoil to heal somebody up.
Radiant's pick.
Ember Spirit banned out
So
from
the Ember Spirit.
Nature's Prophet, so probably looking at Lifestealer, Nature's Prophet, ganks. Oh, and a Meepo picked up, and that's going to be run by Monster. That was the guy on the Luna the last game. He had an excellent performance on the Luna. Let's see if he can repeat onto this this Mappo. So
Their Lifestealer was picked up by the player who played Centaur last time, so the offlane. So
okay,
I'm interested to see if they send the Lifestealer offlane.
I'm still thinking it's going to be an offlane tree on, or sorry, not tree on Nature's Prophet.
But who's their? They'll send Doom mid then.
Doom mid, yeah.
Because who else would they have run mid? I mean,
No, I'm kind of concerned for Born to Feed. Whoever they send mid's gonna have a really tough time up against the Invoker, and they're taking this extra time to think of it. And now I am gonna have a quick disconnect just to see if I can fix these camera issues as I was having in the last game. Sorry, stream. If anyone's watching.
Alright, I will introduce the teams while you're gone. So on the Radiant side for Born to Feed, we have Nature's Prophet played by Snitter, Bane played by the Sketchbook. In this game, standard to replace the standard from last game, we have Doom played by Lambs, and Wraith King played by Hutch, and the Lifestealer is going to be played by 21. On the Dire's side, Hotaruz is playing the Lion. Monster is going to pick that Mappo. I like it. Pandemics is the Abaddon, and God's Hands will play the mid Invoker, and the Brewmaster is going to be sent off to the off lane, picked up by Hoff. Now, some early movement into the
30
secret
seconds
shop
time.
by the Meepo there. Ping's coming out. I'm not sure
So-
what their plan is there. So,
I figured out why I can't click on
strange
things.
lane so far.
It's
Yeah.
you are for whatever reason, because I'm set as the cameraman, it's you're the one who has to select the hero things to click on. That's why what's going on here. I just clicked.
And they're
So
off.
Oh,
oh well.
well then.
At least now we know, and we can
So it
work
looks
on
like-
it.
Absolutely.
Radiant on one side, Dire on the
Hmm.
other.
So, tri-lane top, tri-lane bottom. Pretty normal stuff. The,
They did get a
Meepo and a
ward out
tri-lane.
there. I've seen it before, and with the Abaddon Lion, what it's gonna do is it's gonna guarantee the Meepo early levels and some early farm. And which, as soon as Meepo gets a little bit of that going, it can snowball very hard. Bottom lane, we do have another tri-lane as well up against this Brewmaster, and now he does have a ward out here, and this is inside the block range, I think. I want to say it is.
Radiant structures must have been fortified.
Little rusty on that one. Let me just check. I have a map.
even if it doesn't, it gives great vision in behind the tower.
It
I mean, the Brewmaster is not going to be doing much diving against this lineup, but it just all vision is good vision.
and it is inside the at least according to the map I have of the spawn boxes for the camps there. So it is inside there. I was right.
Methinks you want
Which is whatever. But
So this life stealer got his partners. This brewmaster has to be very afraid. If he gets a little bit out of position, he is in real trouble. Because if he gets a little bit out of position, gets nightmared,
like this.
then it
Is
gives
this
these
gonna come
two.
out? Nope.
No, these two, I would say. But these two heroes, the melee range heroes of Wraith and Lifestealer, if they can close the distance, they become very, very.
Yeah, especially now that they're all level 2. So, I mean, that doesn't mean much for the Wraith King, who probably just got another point in stats. But or got a point in stats. But the Bane now has a point in Brain Sap, which is an extra 90 damage. How much health does the Brewmaster have in total? 600? Some? But just a little bit of extra nuke.
This Nature's Prophet is having some real trouble. He was trading with just the Lion and got down to about 180 health just with the Lion. So, I mean, he has to play so scared.
Yeah. And the other problem too is Abaddon. Did he go? Can you click on the Abaddon? Tell me if he got an early point in. No, he didn't. Or he's not level 2 yet.
He's got aphotic shit right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he gets an early point in that Curse of Avernus, it's gonna be a sad day for that Nature's Prophet. That's
Yeah.
a 15% move advantage for them and a 5% slow for the Prophet. So easily
Plus,
just
you know,
chase.
Earth Spike, Hex, and Net.
The amount of control coming out is unreal. Quick look at the stats. So far, Lifestealer is leading the board, which is unsurprising, as he's probably having the most trouble. Meepo is 13-7. Lifestealer's 8-3. Doom mid is doing a very good job. He is actually beating the Invoker with 13 hits up to Invoker's 12. That said, Invoker does have a fair few more denies, but that's to be expected in such a mismatch.
Well, I think the main reason that he may be doing so well is because the Invoker has to play pretty scared because he went a greedy starting build, pulled some tangos, and is rushing down phase boots. I mean, he does have them now, but he had to stay back and try not to get auto attack too much because he only had 2 tangos.
Does Doom have anything eaten yet? Did he go into the jungle and grab nothing? Something? No, he hasn't.
He doesn't have any skills yet. No. He has some points. He has 2 points up in development.
Oh, we have a sleep up on the Brewmaster in bottom lane. We've got the stun coming out. Lifestealer's gonna start going to town. Clap coming out from the Brewmaster.
He's down.
Are they gonna be able to get him? The slow is wearing off, and Prophet coming in from Nature's Prophet. Oh, he misses the sprout, and Hoff is gonna walk away. So an unfortunate play coming out from the Nature's Prophet there, missing the sprout. It looked like he was trying to block him down there with the sprout, so he would have to chew through 2 trees rather than catching him inside of the sprout itself. And so I think it was the right play, because if he had caught them in the sprout, the Brewmaster, who I believe still had a tango, can't click on him. Yes, he did have one.
He did. Yep.
He would have been able to just eat through the tango without stopping down. So Nature's Prophet had to be able to block him in both sides, otherwise he would have just slowed down his allies. But it was an unfortunate play coming out and a good effort. There's spike up onto the Prophet, but no, they're not going to dive the tower, even with a Aphotic Shield.
It almost seemed like that Nature's Prophet had a little bit of lag because
he casted a little bit
behind.
behind.
Was well and away from that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
From the spot.
May have just been a misplay. It happens.
Meepo is farming up a triple stack here in the jungle with his poofs. He's savving up one of his Meepos, but now we're going to start to see him accelerate. And the experience graph is dipping a little bit. No first blood yet, but I think we're going to start to see that graph drop down in favor of the Dire. Doom comes out onto the Brewmaster. He's not going to be able to get a split off. Tornado slows down the Doom and the rest of his allies. Brewmaster's running away. Prophet's TPing again. Is he going to be able... He gets the Sprout this time, and he's just going to right-click him down. 1 miss, 2 miss, and Invoker tries for the dive. Not able to get it. So, first blood coming out into the Brewmaster, going the way of the Prophet. So, for his troubles this time, he does get some golden experience.
And, I mean, the big thing for that was that almost gives 6. That really increases his team fight presence and just...
Getting that Wrath
really
of Nature.
Catch up from that kind of terrible offlane.
Well, and I wouldn't even say it's that bad. Offlaner being almost level 6 at 6 minutes, 5 and a fair bit, is doing fairly well. But
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
Sorry, I had someone messing around with my chat. Moving on. Top lane, they are pushing this tower down. It is half dead, and they do have some defense proofing in. Earthspike going out onto the Nature's Prophet there. Good sprout onto the Lion. No Hex to follow it up. Lion's eating tower shots, but not going down.
Radiant's top tower's taking hits.
Oh. There we go.
And this offlane Radiant Tier 1 is taking some serious damage. There's nothing really the Prophet can do about it either.
No,
I mean, with the Aethotic Shield and the Meepos running in, they can clear the wave so quickly with Poof, and
yeah, it's a very, very hard thing for them to clear the wave. They don't have any good AoE wave clearing spells. But the best thing they have is honestly Doom popping score. Brewmaster's ult comes out bottom, and he looks like he's going to be able to pick up the kill on the Wraith King. Wraith King is not level 6 yet.
Oh,
didn't the deny!
Nightmare.
What a play coming out from the Bane. Sketchbook getting it done, and they get a slow off onto the Brewmaster. Mischance applied to Lifestealer, but he rages it off. They're chasing him down. Prophet's coming in. His ulti hits, one last click, and Bane takes him down. Excellent play coming from the Bane. Securing the kill and getting the deny as well. Like, that was just impressive. That Wraith King was going to go down. Brewmaster was going to get in range for one more hit or a clap, and just taking that away from him. Not B2F came out to play in the second game. They're playing a little pissed off from the first game, and it's looking good. Abaddon did pick up an Invis rune. Looking around.
Top tower's going down right now.
Yeah, Meepo in line in the top lane, while B2F is down bottom. They just take the tower, finish it off. But I think B2F's going to be able to get this tower. The Brewmaster is not able to go up here. His split's on cooldown still. He doesn't have any allies here, and it is going to go down. He gets stunned by the Wraith King. He's going to get slowed up. Lifestealer pops him out. Oh, doesn't have enough mana for...
He runs away, bottling up the Dooms there, though, with the hoof stomp. And Doom's out. That's just going to tick him out now, yep.
Yeah, Earthspike coming out from the Lion. Doom is dropping low. He gets hexed. Stun coming out into the Lion. Abaddon's trying to chase him down. Doom's bottling up. But looks like Wraith King is going to go down. But better the Wraith King than the Doom there for sure. So good play coming out from the Wraith King. Top lane Meepo is pushing the wave out, and he's up to 62 last hits in 9 minutes. Now some of those are jungle creeps.
He's only 1,000 gold away from his scepter.
Does he have the? Do you have anything on the crow?
Ogre Club point booster. Nothing on the crow.
So he's, yeah. Yeah, sorry. Bad math mentally. It's all good.
So yeah, I mean, Born to Feed has come up with this game with a vengeance. They didn't like the stomping they had last game, so
no, he didn't.
Came out ready to play.
Meepo's looks like he's just settling back to farm away. This is going to be a much less aggressive game than the first one, I think, up until later on. As just neither team has that same instant pick-off potential with the Shadow Demon Mirana that can provide just literally anywhere, especially with that Soul Catcher bonus damage. It's hurt so much.
Absolutely. I mean, they do have a certain amount of global presence with the Lifestealer Prophet matchup, but yeah, they don't have the ability to just drop out a giant stun and a lot of damage without too much of a cooldown.
And they can just go anywhere. Plus,
looks like there's going to be some action mid. Maybe there's a bit of a group up here.
Doesn't look like it. Just some threatening coming out from the Doom. Bottom looks like we're gonna have them going on the Lifestealer. Brewmaster throws out his slow and mischance there. Misses. Lifestealer gets lifted up. He's gonna get EMP'd as well. Cold snapped. Oh, he infests into the creep, but they saw him go in, and it doesn't matter. They're gonna bring him down. Invoker. Oh.
God's hands though.
Just getting out of range. Meanwhile, mid, they did manage to pick up the
core on Lifestealer.
Yeah, they did manage to pick up the Abaddon in the mid lane. Looks like just the Wraithfire Blast sleep combination coming out from them. And Doom with the DD rune, so he's hitting very hard.
Oh, no.
And Abaddon comes back and dies again.
Poor
EMP coming
choices.
out, but it doesn't matter. The Invoker's already Fiend's Grip. Are they going to be able to do anything about this? Doom, does he have a blink stomp? No, he doesn't go for it. Stomp is on cooldown for another couple seconds. Wraith King unfortunately doesn't have a blink
Doom is
dagger to
really
get in range.
starting to speed up here. He picked up the last hit on that tower and got $2 grand in the bank.
Yeah. And net worth, it is the Meepo ahead. He's up by about 500, so I mean it's not that much, but it's enough. And then it's the Doom, then the Invoker and Lifesteal. Invoker and Lifesteal are basically trading for third, which, so all in all, it's a fairly even game. If we look at the experience, that is in favor of the Dire, which is to be expected with a Meepo on the board, just able to make that much more use of the map in general. But net worth is only, up until that tower, was dead even, so, and now it's only about 1,000 in favor of B2F, so good for them.
And I mean, this Meepo, he's got his scepter up and he's halfway to his point, so that's real scary.
Mm-hmm.
What's happening to Dire's bottom
Next
tower.
Meepo's there. I imagine we'll look to see more tower pushes coming out. Meanwhile, bottom, Smoke Gank's
Coming
going to
out
run
with
into
Lifestealer.
Lifestealer, and they get the Hex on him before he can rage, and that's a quick pick-off. Good rotation coming out from HSC, able to pick off that Lifestealer. Difficult target, and good plays coming out from Pot again, who was on that Mirana last game. Meepo is in the top lane, teleports and poofs in his heroes. That's going to deny the push coming out from the Wraith King and the Bane. No, Wraith King still hasn't skilled his ultimate. He's level 5 still, almost level 6. I wonder how long he until he gets 6. It's only about halfway through it, so he does need a fair bit. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he goes for some sort of a late game Wraith King Midas just to stay relevant.
Recovery Midas.
Uh,
It's tough. I mean, as a support, he does have 900 gold saved up, but
whether that's for
still a long way from Midas, and it's already 14 minutes.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if I call it a recovery Midas so much as a relevant Midas. That said, Meepo does see Doom. Wraith King is going to walk close, but he doesn't go down. Meepo,
Bottom lane, this Nature's Prophet's going to go down. The Lion lockdown is just too much.
It looks like Finger was used there as well.
I believe Finger was still on cooldown from the Lifestealer kill.
Oh, okay. Doom out on the Invoker, stun onto the Abaddon. He pops his Aphotic Shield.
Oh, and Meepo comes in.
Meepo comes in and cleans up the Bane. They're moving in. They get a tornado onto the Wraith King. EMP's going to follow. He doesn't have any mana, even if he had his ulti. And that's going to be a quick 4-0 exchange on the side of HSC. And if we look at the gold graph that pops up, that's a 2,500 gold swing in favor of HSC. And a 1,700
experience. So.
So excellent fight coming out from them. They were really looking for that, especially with the Meepo and an Invoker to snowball off of. They're going to be very happy going into the next 5 minutes with that.
And the thing is, there wasn't really any big ultimates expended there. They didn't blow the Abaddon ulti, they didn't use Finger, they didn't need split, and they still 4-0'd them.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah.
Some action mid.
Looks like they go onto the Invoker. He gets a good tornado EMP off, but Doom blinks in, gets the stomp. Wraith King follows up with a blast as he's running away. Bruise Split used in the back. Bane managed to sleep himself and get a brain sap off. Hasn't dropped yet, but he goes down. Now, are they going to look to fight this or go away? Lifestealer infests into Nature's Prophet. He gets lifted up. That's 2 heroes out of the fight. Hex onto the Wraith King. Bruise Split wearing off. They're going to run away. So, blink on the Doom, but a good engage coming out, or a good disengage coming out from HSE, but trading a Bane for that mid lane Invoker, I think is definitely a worth it and a worthwhile trade. And with Bruise Split on cooldown and nothing really gained from it, I wouldn't be surprised if they look to push. They do now have their the ultimate on the Wraith King, so he is not going to be picked off quite as easy. Orchid does come out for the Invoker.
Dire's mid tower's having technical difficulties.
Which I think is an interesting pickup, not going for any sort of mobility, just looking for that pickoff. So I guess he will have his points up in Ghost Walk, so he can Ghost Walk into the Orchid, Cold Snap so they can't TP away, and maybe look for pickoffs on this Prophet like that, which I wouldn't be surprised if we see.
That's a big deal. The The Meepo was able to scout out the rune put on the Roche pit right here, so there'll be there's Abaddon coming right there to sentry it out. So
Yeah, they'll.
giving up vision like that, exposing yourself when you ward is just so dangerous. Because yeah.
Invoker is ghost walked looking into the jungle, but he's not going to find anything. Mid, we've got them jousting back and forth. No one's initiating yet. Still a couple members of HSC smoked up. We'll see if they decide to go in. Meepo's got a blink. Brewmaster blinks in. Clap onto the Doom. Cold Snap and Orchid coming onto the Doom as well. Earthspike onto the Wraith King. Bane gets bursted down by the Meepo. Finger brings down the Doom, and they're going to bring down the Wraith King. And this is going to be his second life used as well. Hex and just bursted down. This is going to be an easy push in down the mid lane coming out for HSC as they go 3-0. Nature's Prophet and Lifestealer just not in that fight. Don't even know if it would have mattered with how well that worked.
Dire's top tower's getting beat.
It seems to be just they've reversed the from last game. I mean,
Mid tower's getting banged up. Dire's lost a top
yeah, Born Defeat came out so well in the start, but they
Radiant's toughened up.
They just
yeah.
after
just
that
a struggle.
the 4-0 team fight coming out made it very difficult. Now it looks like they are going to save their tier 2. Lion drains a creep and backs off. Bane doesn't have any items to initiate with. Yeah, no, he doesn't have any Force Staff or a Blink yet, so he can't chase anyone down.
It's just being incredibly poor.
Yeah. If you look at the net worth, they
Looks
don't,
like that Abaddon's going to build into a mechanism. I
Yeah.
like that pickup. More survivability, more heals for him.
now one thing we didn't talk about was that the Doom did go for a mech instead of a mech and a Blink, and he didn't pick up that Recovery Midas. So he's not going to be accelerating his farm. Lifestealer does have one, so I mean they can try and take it late, and at a certain point the Meepo and the Brewmaster and the Invoker will fall off. And I think if it goes into like ultra late game, the Nature's Prophet Rat will start to happen. The Wraith King will get level 16 and have his ulti on cooldown and maybe pick up a Maelstrom and be able to do something. Doom will get very farmed, and so will the Lifestealer. But with how dominated they were in that fight.
Doom here.
Hmm.
You know, I see the utility Doom coming through with, you know, Refresher Scepter coming out, really just shutting down the Invoker and the Brewmaster if he gets it off first, or even, yeah.
The other thing they can do too, Blink Meepo coming out onto the Wraith King, and they're going to burst him down, and his ulti is still on cooldown. Unfortunately, the Bane walks by. He's going to get netted and bursted down as well. Monster on the Meepo is a monster.
That was great, Ben. Just great.
Yeah, thanks. I thought it was pretty good. Now I want to say Meepo's got
So
his...
they're just going to deathball down mid here. I mean, they have so much available to them right now. Fingers coming off cooldown. The Abaddon can run forward and just base tank everything. And I mean, Meepo is kind of terrifying, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, with these nets flying out, zoning out the Doom. He doesn't want to get bursted down like he did before. Blink Hex coming out from the Lion. EMP into a net, stun Finger, and there's a Doom down. Ray Fire Blast comes out onto a Meepo, but they're not gonna. They don't want to go. Slipped one of the Meepos, but they're gonna clear that off with a Abaddon, Aphotic Shield. No, oh no, they didn't. The Invoker somehow ended up with
they
it.
just traded it around. The Lion took it, and then the Invoker took it off the Lion.
Oh,
Easier
Meepo's going for
to
Nature's
keep
Prophet
Meepo.
bottom, and he's going to find him. Poof's coming in. Can they get another net on him? There it is. They got to keep canceling this. Poof, and that's going to be Nature's Prophet down. Monster is everywhere on this map with those Boots of Travel blinks. Boots of Travel and a blink.
And what do you say he goes next with this 2,400 gold?
Scotty. I mean, why not? Scotty, or maybe pick up a... If he feels like he wants to do some damage, just pick up like an Eagle Song, maybe into a Butterfly. If he wants to tank up and just be actually unkillable, pick up a Reaver, just like a straight Reaver. Don't even finish it into a Heart. But he also might just go for some more control. Oh, we got a silence onto the Lifestealer there, and he's getting bursted down, and there comes the EMP damage. God's Hand does find that pick off.
That's the power of the Orchid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he just struggles so hard when he can't rage out that magic damage.
Yeah. And as I talked about in the draft, this Doom, I think, Should have gone for a Midas into like a BKB fighting build rather than this utility build. Meepo is going to go for Roshan, which he will be able to clean up by himself very easily if he's just left alone for a moment or two. But B2F will know this is
And he has
happening
the Vlad's now too.
as
So
they have the ward there. Did he pick up a Vlad's?
Radiant's bottom tower.
yeah.
Yeah, he did. Which I think is good. Mid lane, we've got a sleep onto the Brewmaster and a stun coming out onto Invoker, but it's H2S that's looking to exchange. They blink, clap, crit down the Bane, just creating space for this Meepo to pick up Roche all for himself. Another thing that we might see come out is a Scythe of Vice onto the Meepo. Top lane, we got a blink onto the Nature's Prophet Earthspike. Is he going to use the Hex at Finger? No Hex yet. Uh-oh. Is Nature's Prophet going to be able to run away? There's the, Sprout and a TP away.
Dire's top tower. You know.
So, Nature's Prophet
trying to rat some here, but
dodged a bullet, though, with the Lion. Didn't want to throw out his Hex for some reason.
yeah. And the Nature's Prophet picks up an Orchid now. Interesting pickup, I guess. Just more silence, more. You can stop that Brewmaster initiation or kind of shut down the Invoker.
And it's also good for picking off if Meepo is trying to run away or poof away. It is good, very good for canceling out that Meepo. Meepo sees Lifestealer bottom, and he's gonna get him down, get him as well. The slow from Geo Strike going through BKB there, as well as the damage.
And this is just when Meepo gets terrifying. I mean,
goes onto the Bane as well, goes into 3. Doom onto 1 Meepo. Voker comes in with a Tornado EMP combination. It's going to land. Deafening Blast, and that's a quick 4-0. Nature's Prophet TP's in, and that's going to be a full 5-man wipe coming out for the side of HSE. B2F's gonna, and they're going to call it off of that. And again, I can hardly blame them. 2 dominating performances coming out from HSE.
Yeah, and it wasn't the supports playing good this time. It was just Monster getting way too scary to have any chance.
Not a monster I want to deal with at any time. I'm getting so good at the bad caster jokes.
Oh gosh. They're like even worse than dad jokes.
Oh, dad jokes.
Look at that. Meepo just 951 XP per minute. I mean, it is Meepo, but
that's still incredibly impressive, especially in a 23-minute game. He was level 20 in a 23-minute game. That's some scary shit there.
That is pretty disgusting. Yeah. And it's just really too bad. I don't think